What is up, everyone? Thank you so much for joining us. This is Miguel Antonio Barragan, aka Fight Fiend Migs, joined as always by my co-host Andrew. Don't get it twisted, Lapachet, and this is the Mad Boxing Show, or Mad Boxing for short. Thank you once more for joining us on this magnificent, lovely, cooling Monday afternoon slash evening here in Las Vegas. As you can tell, we're recording on a Monday because I was unavailable to record on Sunday. I did go out of town this weekend for a baptism. Yeah, one of my BFFs was baptizing the little girl. So I, of course, went, drove down to Southern California to take as many pictures as I can. I am not the godfather, but that's okay. The guy who is an awesome dude. So it was quite the festival, the festivities. For those of you who don't know, I have family in Southern California and in Utah, close friends, childhood friends, I should say, but they feel like family. And that was my weekend. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it back home in time to record on Sunday afternoon as we normally do, or Sunday evening. So I hit up Andrew. I was like, Andrew, my bad, yo. We got to do Monday. So here we are on this lovely, and I say lovely because we're finally cooling down here in Las Vegas, and it's about damn time, Monday afternoon. And I'm kind of glad that we weren't able to record yesterday because holy hell, did a lot of news happen within 24 hours between Sunday and Monday that we're going to be talking about. Because quite frankly, had we done the show on Sunday, it might have been a little slim. We have to go scour to find some stories. But hey, we got some stories. We got obviously the results of this weekend's Jaron Ennis and Lima fight, if you want to call it a fight. We got the results of that, of course, and what significance that holds in the 154-pound weight class. We got, of course, everybody and their mamas going to social media talking about Ennis and what's next. Everybody talking about Virgil Ortiz, of course, but he's got November 8th, Erickson Lubin first. So we're definitely going to be talking about that. And the reactions of everybody from Eddie Hearn to Oscar De La Hoya of this weekend here. On top of that, some fight postponements. Fundora Thurman, I'm sure that part isn't news, but where they've been moved to, PBC doing a little bit of checkers here, moving shit left and right, doing Tetris with the fights that were supposed to take place on the 25th of October here in Las Vegas. Now that has been postponed, and the whole card, quite frankly, is kind of scattered. So that in and of itself is a couple of different topics. Fundora Thurman, Oshaki Foster, Stephen Fulton, and a few other fight announcements on those same cards. So, it's kind of funny. I think Al Heyman is one of our subscribers because clearly he's taken some of our advice. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have to call out our subscribers here. We hit 160 subscribers, which is bomb ass, guys. Thank you so much. We're gonna keep growing, and we appreciate the support of every single one of you guys. I recently checked our subscriber list, and I saw that we reached 161. I was like, oh hell yeah, boom, next one. Then like 4 days later, it drops back to 160. I don't know what the hell happened. Al, Uncle Al, is that you? Is that you subscribing to get ideas and stuff? Fuck these guys. I'm only subscribing for a few days and then not subscribing. Was that who it was? Because we're gonna have to call some people out here. If you're gonna subscribe, you better fucking stay subscribed to our channel. But before we get into all those lovely details, because there are plenty of them, Andrew, what is going on, dude? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Miguel? Well, it's good to see that the blessings that whatever you did when you left that church, when you left the witches area, you went to a church and didn't catch fire, bro. So that's good.
Right.
Yeah, it's working. That's a real twist, right? One day you're over here, next day you're at a church.
That's true. Salem, Massachusetts, with all the witchy
I
shit.
thought that's what it was called, Salem. Yeah, the Salem
yeah.
witches.
And then a baptism here in Southern California. Although I did get a little warm, I was like, "What the fuck is going on in here, guys?" It's like he's like, "Hey."
Next time you gotta be like Al Pacino and just put your finger into the holy water as you walk in. If it boils, I don't know, bro. Something might be wrong.
I know. I should have done that. I didn't think about it. It was a little toasty in there. I'm like, is it just me or is something going on?
Is it just me?
No one else feeling the heat? What the hell?
No, but everything's good out here. Look, I'm on call. I might get a call. I'm gonna go ahead and take your advice and let the fans know. I'm on call. I might get a call. Might have to leave here. I also might fall asleep, Miguel. Not because you're boring, but because it's raining. And my wife, I don't know how long we've been doing it, but she likes rain in the nighttime now, right? It's always raining in my house. Rain, rain, rain. Rain to go to sleep. Well, what the fuck? Guess what I'm listening to right now? I'm like, how's this gonna affect me now? when I just hear it on the regular, I hope when I'm driving I'm all right, huh? I'm like, oh, it's so peaceful.
Oh gosh.
So
There's a raindrops. You're just like it's not because you're boring, Miguel. I mean, Miguel, you are boring, but it's not the reason I'm falling asleep. So
true story, bro. I used to have a coworker, couldn't drive over a bridge.
What?
His parents used to drive him over the Bay Bridges to put him to sleep, I guess. That was like their little thing to do at night with him. As soon as he hits the bridge. Swear. He was young. He was young. He was in his 20s, so maybe he can break out of it. But yeah, bro, he warned us, and no shit. Every time we crossed those bridges, this dude would be out before he got to the other side. So I'm hearing rain today, people. So who knows? If you see me start dozing off, it's my wife's fault. It's not my fault.
Yeah. And if you hear me yell into the microphone, it's to wake up Andrew, just to kind of get him back. It's like, oh shit, my bad, yo. It was just that soothing rain that the what is it? Simply Moods or whatever that old ass CD was. Pure Moods. It'll take you to sleep.
It definitely feels like a season change. Home Depot already has Christmas. I thought that was kind of fast. I'm like, come on, guys.
Oh yeah.
We haven't even went through Halloween, bro. We're just gonna skip 2 holidays now. They're like, fuck Halloween and Thanksgiving. They don't make us no money. Go straight to Christmas.
Yeah, that's true. But we had before even October. I'm talking maybe like mid-September, so maybe closer to October. It was mid-September. I went to Lowe's. Yeah, they already had the big like 12-foot skeletons. I was like, yo, we're not even done with September yet, And then of course Halloween is at the end of October, but I get it. At the very beginning of October, people get crack-a-lackin'. But this was mid-September. Lowe's did not waste any time. They're like, all right, spooky shit, then holidays and Christmas, and that's it. But yeah, they did not waste any time, yo. Those damn. You guys have 2 trees? You said, right? When Christmas comes around, you guys have 2 trees. Damn, fancy. Must be nice. 2 trees.
It is nice. My mom gave us one of them. My mom gave us one. She had one of those the snow trees, and she got tired of putting it up and it always getting dirty. So we're like, fuck it, we'll take it. We're young. We get clean.
Yeah. We don't mind.
Yeah, no, she bought a new one. I don't even know if she went natural last year. We used to only get natural ones, but then I think we got kids, bro. Like a lot of things, Miguel. Kids will do that to you, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it was like, well, we're gonna get the fake one next year, and it worked out. The only thing that I miss is smelling the tree when you wake up in the morning. That used to be cool. That was when you knew it was Christmas. But whatever. But yeah, we have 2. Look, the PS5, Giovanni right now is holding down straight A's for his family. Yeah.
Damn.
He's in the hunt.
Mission.
He's in the hunt. Yeah. So, because it has to happen. I told these kids it has to happen. Did you hear what PS4 said? The PlayStation said this week?
No.
PS4 is getting canceled next year. In 2026, no more, I guess, probably online play.
Oh, okay.
No more tech support. They're just not supporting the console anymore, right?
Damn.
So we have to make a move now. Now there's no.
Yeah.
So, and I told them, I said, look, man, you guys come together. If you write to Santa or whatever, you guys have to make sure you understand that the tree ain't gonna look as full as it used to, Miguel. What the fuck, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Shit gets out of hand now. Watch, you're gonna see, dude. When they're little, all those little $5, $11 ain't shit, bro. You're packing the cart, pack. Yeah. As they get older, and it's $50. Oh, my Isadora at one point, like everything was $80 on her list, bro. Like it's outrageous. Yeah, sneakers, sweaters, all that shit, dude. All of it.
Oh. I don't envy you. I don't envy you. My parents did tell me I was a cheap kid because I love the wrestling action figures. They all were $5. Even into my teens, they were still like 7, 8 or something. But my parents were like, $50 on this fucker. He's good until next Christmas. My sister, on the other hand, that's another story. But yes, they'll climb. They'll start to climb.
They're getting up there, and so the council, is a lot. because they're gonna hit us for another controller, right?
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, so it's 500, 600 for the council, and then you got to get a controller. It's gonna be another $80 or so, probably, right? Nah,
Mhm.
they're gonna get us for like 700 before we get out of there, dude.
Woo!
Yeah,
That hurts. That hurts.
that's a group present. Hey,
is.
the tree might not look as full this year.
Yeah, and it's like each of you are gonna have to open a corner to make sure everybody gets in there and starts opening.
But I'm a man of my word. Unless Gio pulls it off,
Okay.
then it's not a Christmas gift. If he can give us the straight A's, dog. Oh boy,
Damn,
it's
he's on
gonna
his
be
way
cool.
there.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I get it. I hope he doesn't lose it at the end of the year if he doesn't get it.
Oh,
Because that can flip really fast inside the class.
real fast, huh?
Dog,
Oh,
can you come get your son? He's having
yeah, he's telling us, he's at his wits' end with these damn straight A's. He's like fuck a PS5. He's like, he said that. Like, I got your attendance right here.
It's because of you fucking ladies. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I'm blaming you.
Yeah,
I'm not getting my PS5 because of y'all bitches. Oh Lord. Well, we're on our way there. It's almost Christmas, but hey, first things first, we got ourselves October, and we got ourselves Halloween. And yeah, so we October was going to be a pretty solid month of fights, right? I don't know. I'm not sure which story to start off with here, but considering the only action in the ring we had this last weekend was Mr. Jaron Ennis, I guess we can go ahead and kick the show off with his 1-round ass whooping. Now, if I can pronounce his name, his opponent's name, Uisima Lima, we can just call him Lima because it's easy.
Lima, yeah.
By TKO. I guess because KO would be the 10 count, so it's not that. It was TKO. Referee stopped in, right? He stopped it. First round. He initially came in, or boots I'm talking about, in orthodox, and then he switched to southpaw, and then that's when pretty much everything changed. I expected, I thought the fight was going to be, like most Boots and his fights that tend to go deep into the fight, maybe even the distance. But he came in here and did what he needed to do. Now, I want to give him his props, because when we see these kind of fights and these fighters fight these kinds of opponents, and they're 12 rounds, we kind of criticize them, right? Like, oh, dude, this guy should not be lasting 12 rounds with you. It should be Canelo and Yildirim kind of shit, like 3 rounds, that's it. Well, he came in and did his job, right? It wasn't like he was moving up to 154 like Felix Trinidad, moving up to fight David Reed, an Olympian, and then knocking on the fuck out the way Trinidad is like, oh shit, all right. It wasn't just some motherfucker. He fought David Reed and whooped his ass. But regardless, Ennis did do what he needed to do and made quite the impression, taking out Lima in the first round. Now, it's good that he did that, because it got people talking, a potential fight with Virgil Ortiz later on, of course, because we'll get to that here momentarily, because Ortiz has a fight in November. But it gets people, you can't help but get excited when you see these fights slowly kind of build themselves and slowly come together, right, and marinate. So when I saw Ennis do that, I was like, oh, all right. I'm down with it. Again, it wasn't like it was one of the other champions, but he definitely made it very clear at the end of the fight that he wants all the smoke. He wants all the belts, whomever is holding them at the time that he's ready to take them. It was only 1 round, though. That's the part that kind of it wasn't like we saw many rounds of Ennis at 154. It was one. Andrew, did we learn anything from this? I mean, we saw what he did 1 round. Is there enough material there for us to say, oh, we learned XYZ about Jaron at his 154 debut?
No, because what's in question with Jaron Ennis right now is his confidence. It's not his ability in the ring, right? We all know that he's a good fighter. Everyone knows he's top 10. Everyone knows he's undisputed at welterweight. What we don't know is how bad does he want to prove it against the other champions, right? That he didn't prove anything on Saturday. Looked really good against those B-level guys, but it's been a whole career of looking good against B-level guys right now. So that's where I'm at. Look, I mean, the young man came in with a decent record. He's undefeated. right? DAZN had him with 1 loss. Did you catch that?
No, I didn't catch it. Oh,
yeah.
What are we talking about? Lima?
Lima, yeah.
Oh shit!
They
No,
had
I
him
didn't catch
14-1-10. I was like, wait a minute. I thought I could have swore I looked up his box rec. I didn't check it, but yeah, I'm gonna say he was undefeated because I could have swore I looked on box rec and it showed him undefeated. He was ranked by all the divisions, so he had something coming in. Miguel, I didn't like what he looked like when he entered that ring, though. His body language, his eyes. You know, a lot of times they say it's in their eyes. His eyes looked very nervous at the very least, you know, and then it showed when the bell rang. He gets caught with 1 punch. He kind of gets rocked and never gets his legs back under him. So he was young, inexperienced. That's what showed up. You know, you can't knock the kid. It's going to be a while before he gets another shot. I'll tell you that, because he offered absolutely nothing. So his paycheck was a robbery, you know, but he earned it. He earned it in a way. Now the question is, do we have to do this again, Ennis? The fight, I can't talk too much. Look, I love your combo. I love the power. Great. Cool. We all know this ain't the elite of the elite. So I don't know, you know, DAZN. Come on. Are you guys kidding me right now with these commentators? The fake excitement. The boy, he's the best in the world, or whatever they were saying. You can go back and listen. It's fucking jokes, man. Like, you guys kind of take away from the fight. You know what I'm saying? By all the fake bullshit that you're pumping through, trying to hype these guys up. Eddie Hearn with the jumping around and
I'm gonna get to him a little bit later on, because I saw some of his comments and the way he was hyping up in this.
Could have swore he was upset about these little warm-up fights he had to put together. Now all of a sudden they were proof that he's the best in the world and no one can beat him. And come on, stop it. So yeah, I wasn't impressed in that way. Let's all give him a hand.
Right,
You did it.
Right, yeah, right.
You did it again. We knew you could, but you did it. You look great. Now what the fuck is next? And don't just go naming the whole fucking division. Give us a guy you want now. You were the man. You are the man at 154. You have some. Is he an interim or a regular champ?
As I understand it, it's an interim. It's an interim title.
So let's go ahead and fight for that title next. However it plays out, you can look into all that on where he lies on getting the title shot. But I didn't like his answer of like just naming the whole fucking division. Anyone can get it. Like, stop with the anyone can get it. That should have been the case a division ago. But here we are.
You would have preferred that he named one specifically. Said, I want that motherfucker for sure.
Yes, because we know him and Eddie already kind of know who that guy is. Come on.
Sure.
They had a plan. They have a plan. Give us the plan, not the whole division. We know that's not the plan.
Yeah. Did you notice the delay at the beginning of the fight? How like it just seemed weird. The Lima was in the ring waiting, right? He goes in there, and then they turned the camera to the locker room of Ennis, expecting him to start leaving, and they're like barely putting on his jacket. Like, did you see that shit? It was fucking weird. It just seemed weird. Like they were just stalling or something. I don't know. They were playing the Undertaker theme song, you know, in the arena kind of thing. I was like, oh shit, this is his entrance. All right, cool. And he's like, they're barely putting on his fucking jacket and shit. I was like, what the hell?
Late. Yeah.
Yeah. That shit seemed weird. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? That just was little things like that. It makes me wonder if they're unorganized or something. Like, yo, y'all should have been ready at this point. I'm sure the TV guy came and said, hey, 5 minutes or whatever the shit, right? You need to be ready at this point. The fact that they took that long, I was like, well, something's going on. Something seemed a little strange. I mean, it could have been nothing. It may very well have been nothing, but that seemed a little strange right off the bat.
Right.
I'm not sure if I like that. But yes, he did. He came in, he did what he needed to do. Called out everybody and their mama, right? But we all know that the fight we want to see is Virgil Ortiz. No heat on Lima per se, but when I see stuff like Oscar De La Hoya posting online, can you guys educate me? Who is Boots fighting tonight? You know, like, it's one of those kind of opponents. We get it. You know, it wasn't a big name at this point, considering Virgil has been at 154 longer. He's had tougher fights and tougher opponents, much tougher than this one. That's for damn sure at 154 at least. Now, he didn't name anybody specifically, but I mean, everybody and their mamas. But it was clear that Virgil is the next target. That's who's next, right? Even though he named everybody else, all the other belt holders. I kind of, I have to say,
now,
I kind
Miguel,
of like. What's up?
Are you saying that because Turkey is saying that's the next fight? Why are we so guaranteed that Virgil's the next fight for Boots?
Oh, well, it's not a guarantee, but hearing the way Hearn is saying, "Hey, I'm betting the house on Ennis to Oscar." Say, all right, well, who the hell else? It's not. It ain't Turkey in this particular scenario. I mean, I'm sure he will be part of it, but that specifically, the fact that Hearn was so or is so confident, saying the overhyping of hyping of Boots, saying he's the best in the world, XYZ. I like that kind of promoter. I'm not gonna say I don't like it. I like it. It does build a little bit more of excitement. Whether he's wrong or right is another story. Whether or not he ends up the number one, the fight actually taking place. Number two, Boots winning, and number three, Boots winning the way Eddie Hearn says he will, which is completely mop the floor, damn near guarantee, betting the house. So that's clearly who I will say, as close to clear as we can get to who the next target is. Again, we have to wait until Erickson Lubin back in November 8th. So that one, there's no guarantee that Virgil will come out of that one, of course, but he is the favorite going into that one as well. But that was kind of the next point, the overhyping of the DAZN commentators. That part I didn't like. I like it from Eddie Hearn. I get it. He's the promoter. He's the one that's going to try to promote this shit. I don't know if it's just that or he really legitimately believes that Ennis is that guy, is the guy who's gonna. I mean, he even went as far as to say 154, 160, and dare I say it, 168. Like Hearn said this shit. I was like, whoa, okay. I was with you up until you started saying all this shit. Obviously overhyping it. I get it. Don't like it from the commentators because again, we are talking about somebody like Lima. It wasn't like some actual belt holder yet. But I like it from Hearn. Were you liking the Hearn talk at all? Like the hyping that he was doing or nah?
I wasn't really into the selfie from inside the ring.
Yeah.
I guess that's the new age thing, but I don't know. That was kind of douchey I was like, oh my God. You're looking at the champ right here. Now, look, Miguel, like I said, man, let's just get a plan out here then. We all got it. Boots is great. He's nowhere near pound for pound. No. He's nowhere near he was undisputed at welterweight. I wish.
Well, he wasn't even that. He unified a couple of belts. He didn't have all of them.
Oh, he didn't do the undisputed. No, unified. He was unified.
He had like 3, I want to say, or something along those lines. But he didn't have all 4, as far as I can remember. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Could you imagine Eddie Hearn and?
Yeah.
There was a point of the night too where I thought, I've seen Eddie talk like this before, and his name was Anthony Joshua, and look how that career turned out.
Oh shit! Yeah, he did. I mean, but maybe because he was so close with Anthony Joshua, like friendship.
It doesn't matter. I mean, this guy's gonna change boxing. This guy's gonna do this. He's that. He's the athlete of all athletes. Look at his body. He's a god. Remember when Oscar called him a goddess? He said goddess too, not me. That's Oscar's word. Yeah.
No, I don't remember that.
You don't remember Oscar saying that about Josh? Yeah,
no.
Like a dork, bro. Yeah, absolutely. It was like, Oscar, he's on coke.
It's like, Oscar, can you stop it just while you're in front of the camera, please?
Yeah.
Just while you're in front of the camera. Once you get off the camera, you can do your shit.
He was definitely partying at this time when he made that comment about Joshua. But anyways, that's what I had Joshua vibes. Okay. I want to see a little bit more out of Ennis in his confidence in signing a huge fight. So that's where I'm at. And it doesn't mean to prove it against the hardest opponent out there. I'm saying it's just time to get him a big fight. So it was a good win.
Yeah.
But it was like, it just left you still like, whatever, click. I'm not a hater, Miguel. It's just the guy's a no, you know what I mean? And then the dude looked like a fucking deer in headlights, bro. Like, seriously. His confidence level in that ring, I had no confidence in Lima's body language at all. and he absolutely played the nervous role as soon as the bell rang. He gets hit. He was stalking, but he gets hit and he's dropped immediately. Rafael Ruelas, right, against De La Hoya. You know what I mean? Just bang, bang, and he's out of there. And what happened? Well, I don't know. You weren't prepared. Looked like you were fucking still asleep when you walked into this thing. So.
Do you think that weird delay at the beginning had anything to do with it? Because usually that's what they do, right? They try to get their guys to
Have you ever... Well, go ahead. I'm sorry. What were you asking?
No, I was gonna. You know how they when they try to get the guy to cool down. He's like warmed up, ready to go, and they deliberately delay backstage so they can kind of mind games, right? Get him to cool down a little bit. He's already warmed up, broke him a sweat. Do you think that had anything to do with the deer in the headlight look on Lima? Like, holy fuck, what the hell? Why aren't you out yet, homie? We gotta get crack-a-lackin' already.
I had already seen it, I believe, before that. Those head games were being played, right? Yeah. So no, I don't think he just looked like he was overwhelmed, And then when the bell rang, he was overwhelmed. Should have tweeted it or texted to you, like, that's my bad. But no, I didn't like his body language going into the fight. He did not look like the top 10 on all 3 titles, 14-0-10. Like all that went away, Miguel, just by the eyes. All you had to do look in the eyes and go, oh no, wait, time out. He's not ready. You want to say Kevin Harlan? He's not ready. Hey, and then I wanted to say, you ever seen that one where they throw water on that little boy? Is a little boy sleeping in the bed and his older brother throws a cup of cold water on him and he comes up and he goes, I'm not even 5. I'm not even 5. He thinks he died or something, bro. That was Lima when he got hit with that shot, eh? I'm not even 5. He's like, it's not even round 1, bro. Fuck, yeah. No, congratulations to Boots, but seriously, I'm just tired of talking about this guy, man, without being in a huge fight already. So,
as of right now, right, we have Erickson Lubin ahead of Virgil Ortiz. He's going to take on Virgil Ortiz November 8th, which is maybe we're at 3-4 weeks, under a month at this point, right? How? I know we're kind of done talking about Boots and these warm-ups, but this is warm-up, right?
No, this is insane. Breaking news, dude.
Oh.
Did you know BoxRec has him ranked number 1 at 154 already?
What?
I swear to God, bro. Boots Ennis is ranked.
What the hell?
He's ranked the champion of 154 already.
Get the hell out. What is going on with BoxRec?
I don't know, dude, but this is ridiculous. Like, his last opponents aren't even that fucking impressive, Miguel. I don't care about he won 3 titles or 2 titles. Like, they have him.
Where are you?
I'm on BoxRec, dude, at 154. They
have
the
rankings.
The rankings.
Oh, I thought like if you just Googled his name or something like that.
No, if you go to the rankings on BoxRec, he's the king. Or I guess he's number 1, because number 2 is Bakram, number 3 is Zayas, number 4 is Ortiz, and number 5 is Fundora. Like, are you fucking kidding? How is Fundora number 5, dude?
Damn. Wow. Where oh, I do see that. What the fuck? Well, that's so weird. I mean, and how is Virgil number 4?
Number 4. Oh, is Zayas already jumped over Ortiz?
Was it just because Zayas, okay.
Titles,
not that I agree, but Zayas has a belt because it's the one that Fundora dropped to avoid. To fight fucking Tim Tszyu instead. So Zayas, I kind of sort of get it that he got himself a belt, albeit it was a vacant one, but still not enough to be in front of Virgil. What the hell? And then Sebastian at 5. What the fuck? Hey, what's going on with BoxRec? Who's doing this shit?
Sebastian Fundora, he doesn't deserve to be at 5. That's probably your leader just because of what he did to Tszyu. In my eyes, I thought he was the kingpin at 154. It was
Fundora.
It was Fundora everyone had to go through.
I think so.
Right. Okay, so you agree with me on that. Yeah,
he's the only one he's unifying belts over here, whooping people's asses. He's the one that's the man right now. Like, once Charlo's out of the picture. Oh, did he call out Charlo too? Fucking Boots called out Charlo too.
Oh, I didn't
Right.
see that one.
Yeah, there was a post interview right in the ring. I mean, like with Chris Mannix, and he even like for a quick second he was calling out people, right? And then he kind of went off camera real quick, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like somebody remind him to call out Charlo." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, Charlo too, Charlo." And I'm assuming he means the 154 Charlo, right? Not the 168 one. So so I was like, "Oh, what the fuck? Really? We're gonna still call this motherfucker out who hasn't been in the ring in over 2 years at this point?" But all right, but yeah. That would be, dude. Oh, please no. I hope he doesn't fucking fight no damn Charlo at this point with after his most recent loss and then being off for fucking 2 years. But yeah, my BoxRec is straight tripping.
They really are. I wonder where the Ring Magazine has on that ranking, because I know he's coming up as a unified from welterweight, and I don't know if that's where they're giving him his credit. You know what I mean? Like, he was already unified champ. He's undefeated. So now that he has his victory but dude, the guy was ranked by, let's see this. He's ranked by the belt organizations, but was he ranked on BoxRec when they fought this weekend? I don't see him immediately. He's not there right now. I'm just saying, in the top 16, top 20, Lima is right now ranked 18th. There it is. Usama Lima right there.
Okay.
So he's ranked 18th right now. Tim Tszyu is ranked 13th.
Okay.
It's outrageous that Fundura's not ranked above. You would think that builds that fight too. Why is Boots given the champ belt already without really being a champ? He's a fucking #1 contender. BoxRec totally got this wrong. I got to go to the Ring Magazine. I'm going to go to the Ring Magazine and look at who, if he jumped up that high on theirs too, because this is that's all politics. That's not resume at all.
No, he's jumping the line just because of what he did at fucking 147. I mean, definitely not enough to be. It's almost like, I mean, that's a different story, but it's almost like when they had Ngannou, Francis Ngannou ranked at like number 10 or number 15 or some stupid shit by the WBC with only one boxing fight, and then he lost that fight fucking to Fury. But
because I mean, man. Miguel, I mean, we're really pushing with the Stanionis as his marquee fight for welterweight, dude. That is a real push we're giving to you there, Ennis. Seriously, there's nobody has ever gotten that much clout off a fighter like Stanionis. Stanionis?
Yeah.
Right?
That was the one where he unified belts, as far as I know.
What I'm trying to say is, at least Floyd beat guys like Zab Judah, Carlos Baldemir, right? Before he moves up and gets probably a #1 ranking at 154 for nothing, for just showing up. He still had way bigger wins. You know what I mean? De La Hoya, all the guys moving up had way bigger wins. De La Hoya moving up to welterweight had just beaten Chavez at junior welterweight, right? It's a huge win. Chavez is 98-1. De La Hoya is 20 years old. This guy, we're really giving you a lot with this Stanionis fucking victory, dude. But besides that, who is it? Karen Chuck? I can't. Chuck Dizanian? I can't even say his name.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
David Avanzian? I can't even say these guys' names, bro. He has and then Vila. And actually, he had Karen twice. He had a rematch.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he had a rematch with that guy.
I remember now that I'm saying it. But yeah, no. Thomas Delorme is one of his opponents. Like, bro, come on. We're hella stretching it. Oh, he's so... You know what, Boots? I'm sorry. I got to say it. Your what is it? Industry made. He's in industry. What is it? What is the word I'm looking for, Miguel? Like, they're making him, they're creating him.
Yeah.
The whole DAZN, how they're, he's the best in the world. Oh my God, could you believe that? What did I just watch? Like, you guys stop it and look at this resume we just dude, I can't see a name on here that makes me go, wow, yeah, Ennis, you are the next big thing. Wow. He can't even give me Tszyu, bro. Fundora at least gave us Tszyu.
Yeah. Twice.
And he was about to beat Thurman. Yeah, twice, too, on top of that. This is bad. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's they're really pushing it. I definitely didn't like all the hype from the commentators. I mean, I guess they had no choice. What the fuck else? It felt very PBC-esque. You know,
Yeah,
it
oh,
felt that's how it felt
definitely.
like they're really forcing like, oh, Deontay Wilder with 21 WBC title defenses. You know, like they're really pushing that shit. Like, who the fuck did he fight here? Yeah, no, that's I'm getting those vibes from Eddie Hearn even himself hyping up Ennis as much as. And look, again, he did what he needed to do. He went in there and knocked the motherfucker out. But enough of these fights. Enough of
Yeah,
these kind of fights. That's my point.
when we looked at his record, that's all he's doing. He's doing
Right.
it. He's doing what he needs to do against all those B-level guys. No, this is B-level at its finest, dude. And we're giving him #1 slot at 154. We're saying he's pound for pound. No bullshit. Somebody, hey, where's that one little? Wait, I don't want to call him. He's a Latin guy that does he dissects the records.
Mm-hmm.
You ever see him on Instagram? He always breaks down fighters' records, dude. The Latin dude.
Yeah,
We need him. We need him to break down fucking Boots Ennis's record. I need to know why Boots is ranked #1 at 154. Someone needs to explain that shit to me because I'm not seeing it, man. Unless Eddie Hearn wrote a check to BoxRec, I don't know.
Which is very possible. I mean, I'm not going to say that it happened, but it definitely isn't out of the realm of possibility in the industry of boxing. So I would not be surprised if some shit happened. Because I mean, and again, we are talking about BoxRec. So I mean, that's usually who we go to when it comes to stuff like this. But when we start seeing shit like this, it's like we start giving them less and less credibility for these kind of fucking rankings because it definitely is pretty sus that they hopped them up there so damn quickly with this one victory. You know, he did what he did. I get it, but yeah, it's fun to see these kind of fights, and it's like, oh shit, fuck yeah, I whooped him out the floor, and then after everything calms down, it's like, all right, well, he did just face this guy who wasn't nothing major, wasn't a belt holder or anything like that. That we would get super excited for. I mean, who the hell? You know what? Maybe his first fight at 154 should have been against someone like Charlo. For fuck's sake, you know, it's like I'll give him credit there. Like, you know, calling them out now. Well, maybe it's in the story, but hey, all right, fuck yeah, go against a former champion. Maybe he's a name, people know him. He's been out of the ring for a little bit. Maybe there's ring rust. Hey, you can whoop his ass. Go ahead, and now you got some sort of claim at 154, beating the former guy who was the #1 dude at the weight class. But Lima,
And Miguel, that's usually how careers start. I mean, I don't want people to like jump on us or oh, they're only looking for, guys with clout to give him recognition. Anyone can. Eddie Hearn's probably going to respond like that. That's how all their careers start. So don't give me that bullshit. You start on the bottom, you get the veterans, you start trying to check them out. You look for guys that have never been stopped and you stop them. Right? And you start working your way up the ladder until you get to the big names. But these names, come on, I can't even pronounce them. And yeah, I know I suck, but they suck too, because if they were fighting and they were good, we would know how to say them, right? Because that's how all those fighters from overseas, they come here and we can't say their names half the time until you hear it over and over and over. And then everyone just catches on. And all of a sudden it rolls off your tongue like you speak their fucking language. But it's not. It's because they're winners. He has a whole list of fighters that are not winners. #1 at 154. I'm a little mad. I'm a little mad today. Bro, like what?
So that's what the rain is doing to you. Especially, I'm like, fuck this rain. I should be sleeping right now because of the rain, but BoxRec is pissing me off because they're fucking putting Boots at #1. Do you think we'll get Boots and Virgil? Like, let's say Virgil gets past Erickson Lubin, which, by the way, is a tough fucking opponent as it is. But let's say he gets past Erickson Lubin. They're talking about early 2026. Is it going to be one of those things where, like, okay, we're talking about it now, then, fucking Virgil whoops Lubin or whatever, and then moves on, and we're like, all right, cool, now we're going to get it, right, Eddie, right, Boots, and then it doesn't happen.
It's up to Turkey Ali Sheik if he wants to fight. Look, if the money's right, I think both guys take the fight. If Boots does not take the fight, believe me, Turkey Ali Sheik will not let him get away with this again. This guy will be hated more than Canelo is, right? We all see that Turkey's kind of upset with Canelo right now. The shit will be 10 times worse if he denies a Virgil fight or any big fight, I think, coming up next. I don't even think Turkey's a fan of this whole 2 warm-up fight thing with him. It's doing nothing for his business, you know? If the money's right, I think they do the fight next. And is that the right way to say it, or just say if Turkey wants it, then they'll do it? How about that way? Is probably a better way of saying it. If he says you can do your own thing, warm up fight number 2.
So if we don't get Virgil and Boots, do you think Boots goes after any of the other champs, any other belt holders, like at least that direction? And there aren't that many, because I think, let me see, Zayas has one, right? And again, he named them all off in the ring, but none of them specifically. Zayas, this other dude, I can't pronounce his name, and then the guy who knocked out Tim Tszyu, Bakram, so on forth, and then Fundora, of course. I mean, he's not. Obviously, we're not going to get Fundora. Right? We'll talk about it later as far as Fundora and Thurman goes. But he doesn't. Let's say Boots doesn't get, for whatever reason, he can't get the Virgil. Do you think he goes to any of the other champs?
Yes, because, and if you want to tie in the Fundora fight here soon, you can, or the postponement or whatever. Go ahead and announce they did postpone the fight, correct?
Correct. So initially it was specific. Well, actually, it is a postponement. So it wasn't entirely canceled, because that's another story. They literally postponed it, right? So they just moved it to a further date. According to what I'm reading here, suffered a hand injury, or like some sort of what they call contusions in one of his hands. I don't know which specific one, but basically that halted everything, and they moved the date. So first and foremost, that gets canceled, and it sucks, because it would have been so perfect. We got Boots, at 154, making his 154 debut early or mid October here. Then at the end of October, we would have had Thurman and Fundora, and then early November we would have had Virgil and Erickson Lubin. That would have been like some good shit at 154, really, really, and that's a stacked weight class as it is. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen now. Let's see here. I'm going to read a couple of comments here. One specifically from Thurman. He says, I fought when I had 3 cortisone shots in my left hand. This is Thurman here, against Josecito Lopez. I took 5 cortisone shots before Manny Pacquiao, and then I underwent surgery. I mean, Fundora's doctor is saying he needs 3 weeks. We fight in 2 weeks. This is what's supposed to have been. So he's like, I got a fucking doctor I can help you with. So anyway, Thurman not pleased with it, thinking that Fundora should have just taken a fucking shot and moved on with it, and we would have got ourselves a fight on the 25th. Anyway, I mean, he's not exactly the shot caller, so he can say whatever the fuck he want to say. It's not like they're going to listen to what he says anyway. But I think it's a good thing. If this is, I don't know how serious. I know it's like really bad bruising, like underneath like the fucking skin or something like that. I think that's what a contusion is. I don't know jack shit about medical terms, but I think that's what it was, like a really serious bruising in the hand, which is causing the postponement. But we're not going to get it. So as far as that goes, before we even get to when we are going to get that fight, what was your first impression when you heard about the postponement?
So does it say what they're going to do it in December or in January? Is that one coming back in January on?
Yes, as of right now, let me pop this back up right here. Sebastian Fundora's WBC super welterweight title defense versus Keith Thurman is expected to land on Manny Pacquiao's undercard in late January, sources told The Ring's Mike Coppinger. So when Manny Pacquiao comes back.
Put them on the calendar. January is Fundora and Thurman. So that's for them. Now, Burachuk. Do we have a date of when his next fight is? And what I'm trying to do here is kind of show that Boots really can pick from any of these guys, because the activity of these fighters aren't the same or what they used to be back in the day, right? They're fighting once a year, twice a year. He can go 6 months and wait for one of these guys to get through with their fight and have time to have a, dare I say, another warm-up fight and then go into one of these. But let's finish the dates. So we have Virgil fighting Lubin in what date?
November 8th.
November 8th. So that's prime that they could get negotiating right away. But then we have Fundora fighting, and we're gonna say Fundora because I love Keith Thurman, but I'd rather see Fundora versus Ennis. So we're saying Fundora gets popped by Thurman. I know maybe he hits him with that power, but we'll say we want Fundora to win. That's in January. And then the other guy is Buracek. Do we have anything on when he fights?
So he just fought on the Canelo undercard on one of the early prelims, and he fucking lost. It was a decision loss, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was. It was the guy he beat. He fought this guy Brandon Adams, I think it was, and it was a rematch of their previous fight where he lost that one as well, if I'm not mistaken. So 2 losses to the same dude, but he just literally just fought on that Canelo undercard. So I don't know if you want to toss him in there coming off a loss, but yeah, in September he lost to Brandon Adams. Yeah.
So is Brandon Adams now the champion?
I'm not sure what brand.
No,
no, it's
see,
some.
On mine, they still had him as the champ. They still have him as the IBF champ. So my bad. BoxRec still showing Bakram. Excuse me.
Oh, Bakram. Wait,
as the IBF champ.
Well, that's a different dude. That's a different dude. I thought Bochek was the other guy. So Bakram, that's the dude who knocked out Tim Tszyu. So that's that guy. Let me look up that guy because I was looking up the other dude.
All right, look up Bakram, and then let's look up for Zayas. We have Zayas.
Yeah, he's WBO now. Okay, so shit, Bakram hasn't fought since he beat Tim Tszyu back in fucking October. Wow, a year ago, October 2024, October 19th. So he hasn't fought since then. He beat Tim, got the IBF belt, and he's still the champ, but he hasn't fought since. So he's ready.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another guy they could be. And all I'm saying is Eddie Hearn is probably reaching out to everyone right now to see what's the best deal that he can get. But all of these things seem negotiable, except for Fundora. They'll have to wait, but I don't see them really bothering them to wait 2-3 months to get that fight over with and then see if they can do a fight with them. Like I said, back in the day, 2 years ago, boxing would have said, "Oh, none of these are ready. They can both fight fucking Joe Blow, and then they'll be bigger." It doesn't seem like Turki Ali Sheik is about that game plan. So that's why we can look at all these fights now and think of them as all being potential candidates for his next fight. So I think Ennis and Hearn is in a real good place if they were trying to pick what champ they want next. They're kind of all right there in front of them. So that at least they have that going for them. This last guy is I believe Baru.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah, I'm not sure that guy. I saw what's his name? Hearn did mention him in the ring. I was like, again, they called everybody out, so he called his name out too. But I was like, what the fuck? Who's that? What am I missing? So I had to go look him up. I can't even pronounce his name. But yeah, that guy. That guy's the
when I heard his name, Miguel, I said, fuck, that's who they're fighting. So let's just go ahead and look up Abis Baru because Eddie wouldn't have dropped that name with all those other names, bro. He dropped that one, and most of the time, that's a good indication of where they're going. So let's go ahead and look at 17 wins, 1 defeat, and 9 knockouts.
What was that 1 defeat? Was it KO, a decision? Can you tell?
It says split decision to a Jack Koke.
What kind of coke?
Coke K. I don't know. Fuck you guys.
It sounds like it's cocaine in this motherfucker. Like, oh shit. All right.
It's the greatest name ever.
Here we go. Okay, of course. So I was able to find him. So he has held the WBA lightweight title since September 20. Oh, so he just won the belt. Okay, so this is the belt that what was it? Crawford took off of Madrimov and then ended up vacating it when he moved up to 168, right? To find him. He's okay. He's born in Germany. All right, 1 loss. All right, no problem. So that 1 loss was back in 2020. All right,
and that was a vacant title shot. You are right. That's how he won it against Colt K.
Wow. Let's see here. That's Florida, so it's recent. All right. Well, I mean him, I guess. Oh damn. That's you know what? Shit, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna go after
Yeah.
this dude. He just won the belt, went 12 rounds in August. Ah, no, man.
And he has the last name that Ennis likes, one that no one can pronounce. You know what I mean? Like nobody knows. So
Yeah,
it seems like that's right down his fucking alley, dude.
and they're gonna go down the route. It's like, well, he's a belt holder, so he's got a belt, so he's legit. Oh, guys.
The greatest 154-pounder right now. I was like, oh my God, calm the fuck down. Whoa, whoa.
Do you think they really I mean, like, do you think maybe that they're like, all right, let's go ahead and have this guy. All right, let's have this guy. If he does it here, let's have him. Rather, they really believe that shit is another story. But I don't.
Industry plant. Is that what they call these guys?
Oh, okay.
Industry plant.
All right.
Yep. That's what they're making this dude. Like they're beefing him up for someone. Someone's gonna get a good win off of Ennis. You watch at the very end of this. Zayas, Fundora. Who will it be? Who will it be? But yeah, he's gonna be freaking Earl Spence by the time they're done. Fucking Floyd Mayweather's next coming. Fucking you know what I mean? The face of boxing. Blah blah blah. Come on, man. Now Crawford don't even get fucking credit for the win. It's so sad.
Yeah.
He had like 3 titles after that car accident, but now it's the car accident, right? But if you look at his record, he comes back and wins multiple titles, dude. It's not like he goes car accident, Terrence Crawford, he's out of here. It's not that at all.
No, I think he fights Ugas, I think, afterwards. I'm not entirely sure. It was, and then that eye thing, right? He's got the eye, the fucking retina, whatever the hell it was. Oh, Spence. And then, where the hell is Spence? He went, got into the ring to stand next to Fundora after Fundora beat Tim Tszyu, and then I think what was it? The WBC said like, no, fuck that.
Yeah, they didn't. They said they weren't going to give him a ranking because he hadn't fought in the division and all that. So he got dropped. Some thought it was health, but I believe the belt organization was like he doesn't even have a ranking. We're not going to give him a title shot. Now he called out Charlo. Remember that sharks eat lions or some shit? He put out that tweet. I totally don't buy into that fight. That's a total sparring match. I wouldn't buy into that at all. If it's on an undercard, I would watch it just to prove my point that it's a sparring match. Because I don't believe those two. Those two are too good of friends to tell me they're going to go in there and try to now give each other CTE. The fuck out of here.
It's going to be a classic PBC 12-rounder shit.
And I don't mean that talking shit. We all know the dangers of boxing, right? When you get into these high caliber fights like this, the best versus the best, the 2 best out of the top 10, you're going to do some brain damage. Let's stop fucking around. You know what I mean? What do they say? You leave a piece of you inside of that ring when you have those type of fights. So that's what I'm talking about there. I don't believe those two would take it to that extreme. I think they would give us a very good sparring match and then go home and say, "Oh, I'm just glad we could be with our families," and blah, blah, blah. All that shit we don't want to hear as guys watching Gladiators. Can you imagine back in the Gladiator days? They were like, "Oh no, we're just glad we're going home." Like the king would be like, "Off with his head."
Yeah, they weren't doing.
Someone dies.
They weren't doing that, soccer mom shit. Like, well, as long as everybody's having fun, that's all that matters. Not that shit.
Like one sentence, you're a gladiator. The next, you guys just want me to get hurt. I'm like, I don't,
Yeah.
When I watched that movie, that's not what he's saying, bro.
Yeah. Oh gosh. And Spence like, I'm gonna go back to my horses. As long as I can go back to my horses, I think we did a pretty good job. But yeah, so okay, all right. Well, let's head back to Fundora Thurman. That sucks, right? The fight gets postponed. Thurman is pretty hard on the criticism, saying, "Dude, I've had 3 fucking surgeries. I did this. I got all these cortisone shots, and I went through with it." Basically pulling Fundora's bitch card, saying like, "Nah, dude, take the fucking shot and let's do it." But he
Thurman. I know if we look up his record, Miguel, that man spent years out of the ring.
Yeah.
Right. Is my mind? I know we're like in a new time lapse and shit. I don't remember a lot of things from early 2000s, but I could have swore Thurman was one of those guys that was always on the injury list at PBC.
Yeah. I the crazy thing is he had to postpone some fights for injuries, yada yada. I mean, even most recently with what's it, Tim Tszyu, right? That's how he
Yeah,
got in this mess
yeah.
to begin with. And I would not be surprised if Fundora hadn't got injured. I think Thurman would have got injured. I think we still would not have gotten this fucking fight, at least in October, because of some sort of goddamn injury from Thurman. I think, at least this is my 2 cents. But hey, as we said earlier in the show, it sounds like one Al Heyman is listening to our shows, because hey, he moved the fight, right? I thought they were going to move it maybe, I don't know, November, late November, let's say, right? A whole extra month, 4 extra weeks for that healing. But no, they're going all the way to late January, because it's suspected that that is when Manny Pacquiao is supposed to come back against most likely Rolly Romero. That seems to be the leading candidate for that one. So now we got ourselves, and mind you, it just said it was moved to that card. I have to assume it's going to take the slot of co-main event. Why wouldn't it? It better. But now these guys go from being the main event to co-main event on Manny Pacquiao card. So people are going to tune in to watch it. So they're going to tune in to watch it. But they're going to most likely take that slot of co-main event. And now that card looks a lot better, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. Look, that's what I wanted to tell you when you told me it was a bad news.
Mm-hmm.
It was only bad news until you seen what they were doing. And then it was like, there you know, it was just a sigh of relief. Like, thank you. You know, you're giving us a decent pay-per-view card. But with that being said, I want to help the PBC again tonight, Miguel. I think we should do this again for them.
Oh, you have a heart of gold, Andrew.
Right? I'm trying to save the company, dude.
I understand.
All right. He's got to go to Paramount with it and ask them to put this on for free. He's got to tell them that Manny Pacquiao, Sebastian Fundora, who else is on this card?
Well, Rolly Romero, yes.
Rolly Romero. No, because he's known, right? He's hot.
Mm-hmm.
In New York, he's hot. And boxing's hot in New York. That's the name. Romero, Pacquiao, or excuse me, Pacquiao, Romero, Fundora. They can sell this fight, man. I think if this thing was to be free, you're looking at huge numbers, obviously because of Manny, right? Manny's Mike Tyson to me. In the Asian community, in the Filipino American community, Manny Pacquiao is fucking Mike Tyson. Stop trying to gouge these people for your little $70 and go show Paramount what boxing can do for them in one night. They can get a weekend's worth of viewership numbers in 3 hours if they pay attention to me, Miguel. So
why them? Why not like Netflix that we're talking about?
Because PBC struck the deal with Paramount, and Netflix might have a little.
Wait. Paramount? No, Amazon. You're talking about Amazon.
Oh, Amazon. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So Amazon Prime shit. Oh,
Amazon Prime.
No pay-per-view, there you go. It should be just Amazon Prime shit.
Yes. So, damn. Oh. I'm gonna stop the show. We're gonna do it again, dude. No,
like take two. Like, are we just gonna it's gonna be like Asian fucking those kung fu movies that just like mouth over? It's like you're saying Paramount, but it's like Amazon Prime, and it's like my voice, Amazon Prime. But yes, Amazon. I get what you're saying now. Okay, cool,
Amazon Prime. Yeah, man, that's it. I think he should really try to do that just to show them what they can bring as far as numbers. And I think this is the card that. Miguel, you don't need a lot of in boxing to get the fans' interest, diehards, and these two fight cards right here. And we haven't even said the third fight that they're thinking about putting on that is another extremely good fight for the diehards. That's the Lara, right? Lara and
no, Lara. Oh fuck, hold on. Lara is going on Lamont Roach and
Cruz.
Fucking
My
Cruz.
bad.
Yeah, Pitbull Cruz.
My bad.
Well, still.
Yes.
There's another one in here, right, that we're going to talk about here shortly. But still, it now, because again, when it was first announced that we're going to get Pitbull Cruz and Lamont Roach, the first thing you said is like, I'll get excited when I see who the fuck else is on the card. Pretty much. Yeah. Now that's the second part, I guess, of the story here, which we'll get to momentarily. But that is on that one. But yeah.
My bad.
On the Pacquiao part.
Yeah, my bad. I forgot. I thought that was announced for this one too.
That would have been too stacked. That would have been crazy stacked.
Yeah. So definitely some good news out of the PBC. now I hope Al Heyman tries to pull away from the pay-per-view. If he can do that for the PBC, hopefully Amazon will respond. And let's just try it with Manny. Let's just try it. I think Manny can give us, I'm going to say it, dude. I think Mike Tyson, Jake Paul numbers. I think Manny does 40 million easy. Oh, they did 100 million on. He doesn't do 100. He won't do 100.
Here's the thing. They put Manny and Jeff Horn on ESPN, like whenever the fuck it was that Horn beat him, right? 2017, whatever the fuck it was. I don't know what the numbers did. Mind you, they did do it in like Australian time. So it was like early morning over here or some bullshit like that. I forgot how it was. I don't know if he did those kind of numbers back then. And that was like, closer to prime Manny.
That was ESPN.
Yes.
Right? It's not as, and that was ESPN Plus, no? Or was that free ESPN?
Shit. I don't remember. I thought it was free ESPN, but don't quote me to that because I'm
don't quote you to that. Yeah. It's still Manny. They still had to pay him. It might have been on ESPN Plus. But with that being said, Amazon is already in over 100 million homes. They don't have to buy it, right? So now you just need the network or the streaming service, and you have it. I believe there's more in the Asian community, American community. You're gonna have more people that probably have Amazon Prime than they do ESPN. Is that? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Right.
That makes sense because ESPN is strictly sports, and that's not to say that Filipino Americans or Filipinos aren't interested in sports, but I'm sure they're more interested in movies. And Amazon Prime has movies, and shows and shit like that. So I would suspect that they would have that. There's a more likely chance that they're going to have Amazon Prime as opposed to regular ESPN or ESPN Plus.
And easily to prove that, you would say how many ESPN Plus subscribers are there, right? And it's probably not 100 and something million people, right? Because so yeah, that's my last. Hey, they listened to us already. They bunched all the together. Now let's see if they take it one step further and try to bring Manny back.
So the second part of that,
they didn't use Manny and Floyd right at the end of their careers. They have one shot to make this right and try to bring both these old men back.
And there's still time. There's still time.
There's one shot, man.
Yeah, right.
There's one shot to do the Mike Tyson fucking thing with them and get those viewerships.
And the second, because the Fundora and Thurman was going to take place late October, and the on that card of the co-main event was supposed to have been O'Shaquie Foster versus Stephen Fulton, but that too has now been moved. Although they didn't push it to, that would have been pretty tight if they would have added that to the Manny Pacquiao card in late January as well. That'd been pretty badass. But they didn't. They decided to move it around and find another PBC card that is going to be taking place in December 6th. Lamont Roach and Isaac Cruz. That's going to be in December. Again, that one's going to be PBC pay-per-view or whatever. So they decided to toss in O'Shaquie Foster and Stephen Fulton to that one. All right, that puts a little bit more beef on there. That's the card. The fight itself, I was looking forward to in general, but adding it to a card like that's pretty solid. I'm down with that. And they even added another one. They were just going all out. PBC was, I'm telling you, man, they're listening to our show. They're listening to our fucking show. It has to be that. Al, if you're listening, we appreciate your subscription. Janibek, I can never pronounce his last name. IBF and WBO champ, I think, will be defending or unifying his two belts against Erislandy Lara. Holy shit, Lara, the fucking fossil, is still kicking. He will be defending or putting his WBA middleweight title on the line. So we're gonna get those guys unifying. Let me just go ahead and read this quick Instagram post from Ring Magazine. Janibek, and last name I cannot pronounce, and Lara have agreed to a middleweight title unification December 6th in San Antonio, sources told the Ring Magazine's Mike Coppinger. And Janibek will put his IBF and WBO titles on the line against Lara's WBA belt, and they are going to be on the Isaac Cruz Lamont Roach undercard. So now, earlier in the week or earlier in the month, we have Cruz and Roach. Cool. Well, now we got O'Shaquie Foster and Stephen Fulton. Damn. All right. Cool. Now we got Janibek and Lara. This has to be Laura's like farewell shit, because I don't think he's gonna make it out of this fucking. I mean, like as dangerous as Janibek is, I'm expecting Lara to be out of there in a fucking stretcher at this point in his career. He doesn't have the legs to be moving around the way he used to against a power puncher like Janibek. This is a huge risk at 41 years old, or however the fuck old he is at this point. But he's gonna put his WBA belt on the line against Janibek. Damn. That one, I'm scared for Lara in that one. Like, I think he's gonna get fucked up.
The fight card is worth the money. I know these guys aren't big enough probably to do the Amazon thing without Amazon already being on board. But this fight for diehard PBC fans and diehard boxing fans, this card is worth it with these 3 matchups that they've given. Yeah, salute to Al Heyman on that one. It's been a while since he's given us a card like this. Can I also say that I believe one Terrence Crawford is going to be very interested in the Lara Janibek fight. You're talking about getting 3 titles with 1 stone. I just got to go there, and then all I have to do is fight 1 more guy, and I'm a 4 division undisputed. I think he's going to be very. If Lara wins, look for Terrence to be calling.
That's a big if.
Anything can happen. It's boxing. Anything can happen. But if he was, because I'm just saying, because of his age and all that other, oh my God, they'd be all over it. Janibek, they would think a little, but I mean, come on, Terrence is Terrence. I think he's interested in this fight very much, dude. 160, 3 titles are involved. Come on, this pretty big. That's a pretty big card. I'm really interested in the card now.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense because we've heard it out of Terrence's own mouth. He's not going back to 154. Hell no. He most definitely is not staying at 168. What does that leave? 160. He's going to definitely go down to 160.
And Miguel, I totally don't want to see him in Benavidez. Like, can we stop trying to push the envelope with this guy? You know, what's after that? Oh, Usyk, if Usyk comes down.
Yeah, Opataya. Throw him in there with Opataya.
Yeah, I know. It's like, come on, you guys, leave him alone with the David Benavidez fight. If Canelo don't have to fight David Benavidez, Terrence Crawford shouldn't have to fight David Benavidez from fucking 154. So yeah, I don't want to see it. You're absolutely right. That kind of only leaves one option. This fight, they should start selling that Janibek Lara is probably potential Terrence Crawford's next opponent.
And I remember, I don't know if it was Terrence himself or maybe even Bomac, but somebody in Terrence's camp, either him or someone else in his camp, like briefly mentioned Lara. It just very passing. It was very like da 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 da, Lara, yada yada, and it was very like not definitive by any stretch. But if they threw his name on there, like, oh shit, okay. We suspected that he was going to go through Lara first, and then Canelo right it didn't turn out that way. But maybe it works in reverse. Maybe it's like, all right, well, now you did it. You were able to accomplish what you did at 168, swoop in and take all the belts from Canelo. Cool. You might be able to do the same thing, at 160. If it's Lara who ends up coming away with the victory here, well, that's a big if, though. Fuck, man. Janibek is a monster, dude. I mean, this is like basically a lesser-known Triple G, essentially. It's a the guy has that kind of pop, you know what I'm saying? And maybe he doesn't have that same kind of I don't know, charisma or drawing power or that kind of thing, that it factor that a lot of people were drawn to from Triple G. Maybe he doesn't have that, and we don't know his name yet. A lot of people don't know his name yet, but he is just as much a dangerous guy as Triple G. He's basically just a younger version of him. And I think Southpaw on top of that. I think he's left-handed on top of that thing. So we're going to get 2 Southpaws here with Janibek and Lara. Like I said, I'm kind of scared for Lara. I'm kind of scared for him. But that makes that card pretty damn stacked. And as you mentioned earlier, that makes the price a lot more, doable, considering, because when I first heard that was going to be pay-per-view, it's like, no, I'm talking about Cruz and Pitbull. I mean, Cruz and Lamont Roach. I'm like, no, don't do this pay-per-view. Come on now. But now they're stacking that card pretty damn good.
Yeah,
that's doable. I'm down with that.
Yeah, same.
But I mean, damn, now we got fucking Foster and Fulton too added to that. I certainly hope that they make Lara and Janibek the co-main event. I know that Oshaki Foster and Stephen Fulton were supposed to be the co-main event for Thurman and Fundora. I hope they don't throw them in here as the co-main event. Like, I would be way more into Janibek and Erislandy being the co-main event to that card, to Pitbull, Cruz, and fucking.
especially with its ties to the 3 titles are on the line. I mean, that used to get you the co-main event right there, right? That
Mhm.
there's 3 titles on the line. And then you add into the fact that the number 1 fighter in the world might be ringside at this. This is potentially a ring. Is this going to be and have anything to do with Turkey? Is Turkey involved with this? When I see on my end that the Ring
Mhm.
magazine is liking it. And we actually know the fight poster has the Ring magazine on top. If Turkey is involved in this fight, Terrence Crawford is going to be ringside. I would, if I'm Al Heyman, I'm totally selling this fight as the co-main event and the one potential winner takes on Terrence. And you'll get a lot more sales, hopefully, on that one. People at least interested in, you have a storyline for when this fight is being played out, right? When they're announcing it, or, the commentators, they could talk about how Terrence Crawford is potentially looking at the winner of these two.
Damn, that'd be tight if he is, especially if he is ringside. Because this is kind of a weird one because Janibek is a top rank guy, but we know top rank is kind of up in the air right now, right? The last we heard, there was a possible deal that they made with Stars, the channel. As of right now, no one else has mentioned it, so maybe it's not. I only read it on Rick Glazer's Twitter account, and then later on, I was listening to an interview on or watching an interview on YouTube. Dan Rayful said, like, no, we haven't heard anything. So he didn't even mention Stars. So fuck if I know if that's even accurate or not. But considering Top Rank is kind of up in the air, I assume this is the only thing they can do is just lend fighters out, right? Because this is going to be a PBC card. This is strictly a PBC card. So, we're basically seeing two guys, work together that hadn't worked together in a while, or not that I can remember most recently.
No, I mean, you can totally see that Top Rank has lost all of their high-profile names. Inoue is fighting with Turkey now. Usyk is fighting with Turkey. Tyson Fury is coming back to as he feels today. His
Right.
comeback next year will be with Turkey. He's lost them all over there. A lot of their guys are moving on. From Top Rank.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know. This is if Turkey. When you said that it was on the poster, like where were you looking? Because
It says it right on the top on the post that I sent you. It says December 6th, San Antonio. And then you see the ring right above their names, Janibek and Lara versus Lara. It's the little ring logo.
All right.
It's the one I sent you on Instagram.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could be. So, because according to this here, it's Mike Coppinger who's reporting it, and Mike Coppinger works for the Ring. So I don't know. If he's reporting for another.
Miguel, to be honest with you,
yeah,
Janibek is already considered the champion at 160. Is it possible the Ring is going to be ringside, and the winner of this fight gets that title and is declared the champ of the division at that point?
Yeah, which would make Terrence Crawford coming in here a lot more juicier. Like this would be more alluring to him. Saying,
and I hope he's not it already. They have him as the king. I don't know if Janibek is already the Ring champ.
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay. All right. They just have him as number 1 on BoxRec. So yeah, it's potential that Turkey is involved because the winner of this, it's a great fight. It really is. No, these, and then even the Fulton and
Foster, yeah,
Foster is a good fight. Yeah, and Foster, another top ranked guy. Matter of fact, there you go again.
You're right that he is a top ranked motherfucker. Damn, yo.
Fuck, yeah, it's over.
Those guys.
Yeah, it's over.
Damn. Top rank, you're hurting my heart, motherfucker. Shit. And you know what's funny? Like, I mean, I don't say funny, but like, I like to watch old fights, right? I do that all the time. I pull it up on YouTube, whatever, and I will like pull up old ones, and it's like, let's say Pacquiao Marquez for some shit, and I just like, damn, they got. I mean, mind you, they've been around longer than I've been fucking alive. So, the magnitude of fights that Top Rank has put on to see them kind of go out like this is like, oh shit, just put out of his misery already.
It is very sad. I will agree with you. It's sad that no one gave them their proper send-off. I will also add to that, I did not want to see Bob on Stars going out, dude. Where me and you and a couple of other what would you call us, media members we're the only ones watching the Stars telecast.
Yeah, right.
What's viewership tonight? There's about 18 people, sir.
Yeah. And that's only because it was right before documentary. Had they done it or some other, after The Devil's Advocate or something, fucking like, all right, probably would have got more views. Oh gosh, what the fuck? Look at this, perfect. Right when I mentioned the devil, and now this shit fucking pops up here. Come on, guys.
You'll learn, buddy.
I'm good. I'm on my way there, homie. I'm on my way to salvation because this is just scary as fuck. Oh my. But that's some funny shit. This is like I can't believe we're seeing like you know what? I didn't even make that connection about Foster too when you said that. I was like, what the fuck? It just now hit me. I saw it immediately for Janibek because I know Janibek is right. But damn, yeah, Foster too. Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can get this. All right, not much. All right, so one more kind of fill it in here. Huh?
Do you think Bob's like Joe Biden right now and he doesn't even know that his company's gone? He's like in some home, like everything's going good. And they're like, yeah, Dad, everything's going good. Dude, we're doing big numbers. He doesn't even know anymore. Is it possible, Miguel?
It is possible. I mean, like if we're seeing, if you watch the updates on Bruce Willis, and he's out there, right? He's gone. I can't imagine. I mean, I have to assume that Bob is kind of close to that at least, right? Maybe not as bad. Maybe he took better care of himself. I don't know. Sometimes it's genetics, but I have to assume he's somebody's telling him like, yeah, Granddad, we're doing good. Just eat your yogurt. That's pretty much it. At this point.
It was soup.
That's what it was. It was a soup. That's amazing. And just eat your chicken noodle soup, please. You will be fine. As they start selling the fucking assets, shit just left and right. They're like, oh yeah, you want to borrow Oshaki? Fuck yeah, 100K. Let's do it. Just here you go. Oh
yeah, that'd be nice. Hopefully, he's still getting little checks in the mail from all these guys fighting everywhere else. He's still got. He's their promoter. Yeah, hopefully he's getting something. Get a little piece of the pie, but. It does look like the days are numbered for Top Rank. Look, you sent me that video the other day where Rayfield was talking about a sale between from Top Rank. Did you actually hear him say it? Because, bro, I want to say I listened to the thing completely, and he never talks about the sale of Top Rank or DAZN.
No. So he mentioned Top Rank not having a deal yet, but the sale was about Matchroom. So like Eddie Hearn, Matchroom.
Okay, so
like
all right,
yeah, because there was, and I haven't actually seen it, but apparently there's some sort of documentary. I'm still trying to focus my shit here, but there's some sort of documentary on one of the streaming services, might be Netflix, of Matchroom, where Eddie and his pops are talking, and at some point during that documentary, they talk about a possible sale to Turkey of Matchroom. Or at least a major share of it, as I understand it. And they talked about it briefly, and Dan Rayfield talked about it briefly here, but it was kind of brief. It wasn't like it was something that was in great detail. But when I saw that, I was like, what? How come no one else is talking about a potential sale by a Matchroom to Turkey? But Turkey already has, 13%, I think, of DAZN. So I guess he's going to go in there and try to do the same thing with Matchroom. I'm not entirely sure. It seems like Eddie Hearn and Matchroom wouldn't want to do something like that, right? They've had it in their family for several years, right? 2 generations, I guess, at this point. So I don't think they're just gonna, up and sell and cash out and call it a career, because they're, at least Eddie Hearn is one of the younger promoters out there, right? So I mean, he's still got quite a bit on he's got a lot of gas in the tank still. So I don't see why he would bail for something like this and just cash out so quickly. But yeah, that was a Matchroom. Yeah.
And to be honest with you, the comments that Eddie Hearn said the other day about His Excellency and Dana White, I don't think is going to go over well if they're really going to do business together, right? Remember when he was like, oh, he does everything his way, barely listens to what you have to say and all that? Like, I don't know if Eddie would have went out there and saying all that, thinking he was about to be working, shoulder to shoulder with the man, hand to hand.
On his left side, because he knows the left side. He even went as far as to say, I'm talking about Eddie, that Canelo and Crawford was a possible loss. Like it's like these guys were in the red for all the money that they put into their fight purses, and yeah, the gate was whatever the hell it was, 71 million or whatever the fuck it was, or 41, whatever, I forgot what the amount exactly was. But anyway, saying stuff like that. Like, I mean, I don't know. Was it shit? We don't know. It was a lot. We talked about the 1 billion impressions that it left online, right? But uh, I don't think he should be. I don't think he would be saying that. I guess if he was going to be working under Turkey, selling match or something like that. I don't think he would say that. You're right. I probably wouldn't say that.
Yeah, you are correct about the money. Looking at what America brought in, only you would say yes. They didn't make 150 million back.
Mm-hmm.
But what we don't know is we don't know what Netflix paid to show this fight, right? We don't know what globally this brought in, right? Turkey probably sold this fight everywhere. I'm sure Netflix wasn't the only one showing it. So there's other avenues to make money. So I told you what my feelings were on that story. What I didn't like is how he said Dana White's first venture into boxing. I was like, all right, I'm done. Dana White's first venture into boxing was not Canelo versus fucking Crawford's numbers, right? You could say that he did the undercard. His first venture into boxing was having something to do with one of those undercard fights, that Walsh kid. Walsh and Vargas was his first venture into boxing. But you can fucking miss me with he had anything to do with the outcome of viewership that Canelo and Crawford brought in.
Well, and that's kind of what he was saying. I mean, he was saying like no, it wasn't even your outfit, buddy. It was fucking Turkey, So don't be saying it was even your shit, because it wasn't even that. But that's certainly how Dana would like to make it seem, at least.
Unless you're saying that the fight was a total loss, because then he wouldn't want to be a part of that.
Wait, what do you mean?
If the fight is a loss, Miguel, like they didn't make they lost money on that night.
Turkey.
Then well, yes, but boxing in general.
Okay, I got
you know what I'm saying? Because we said, hey, this is our Super Bowl. I mean, I don't think the Super Bowl has ever not made money. Right? So you would hope that our biggest fight of the century, Miguel, let's just say you're AI today. You look like AI, dude. Like you're just a silhouette, sort of.
Good Lord. And you know what? I was going to mention this. Our last show. Oh, there it goes. Our last show.
I know what you look like. Lawnmower Man. You ever seen that movie Lawnmower Man?
Yeah, from the 90s. Yeah, I've seen it.
There you go, bro.
Oh, man. I was going to say this. Last week, it was perfect. It didn't go. I literally lose focus for shit. And now I should probably get a new. I don't know why the fuck it keeps, because I have a laptop and it's got its own webcam, but it's an older laptop, so the webcam sucks. That's the reason I bought this extra Logitech. You guys want to sponsor us? Please, by all means, send us a fucking new. Send us the whole equipment. A mic. I want those.
I have LOGI. Is that the same one?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. See, mine's good. So
yours never goes out of focus, dude. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that's about. But hey, you know what? Maybe it's what's his name? Fucking who are we talking about? Trying to think of his name. Al Heyman. He's like, this is what I think about you, motherfuckers. This is your damn subscription. You're talking shit about me and my buddies. One more story I want to kind of toss in here real quick before we call it a show. So for those, look at, and now maybe I should start looking down, because that's what seems to what happened. I look down. You know what it was? It was the devil. He was like, "What fool?" I look down. I'm like, buddy, and it's like, remember who was fucking around with your camera here. There's gonna be a movie released here in the U.S. I was gonna mention this last week and I forgot, because I even said it in my intro, but it's kind of crazy. A few weeks ago, the release of the Smashing Machine with The Rock, with Dwayne Johnson, apparently was a total flop. And it kind of sucks. I was for those of you who don't know, the Smashing Machine is a retired mixed martial artist, fought in the UFC, fought in Prime. His name is Pride. His name is Mark Kerr. That's the name that they gave him. The Brazilians gave him, because he fought bare knuckle in Brazil, and the Brazilians called him, or the Japanese, one of the two, I forget what country, but some country called him the Smashing Machine. And there's a documentary about him, about his drug addiction and steroid use and all that shit in the early 2000s. So that's where the documentary comes from. So when I saw there was going to be a movie with The Rock, I was like, all right, I guess I'm sort of interested, but y'all like 20 years too late at this point, because I already know it. And that's just me, of course, because I'm a fan of the sport and I've been a fan for a while. But apparently it totally flopped. it totally fucking flopped. $6 million, I think it did, or some crazy, some weak ass number compared to the budget they put in here, which is sad. A lot of people are saying that it's like The Rock's or Dwayne Johnson's greatest performance in a movie, yada yada, and it turns out to be a total flop in the box office. Now, that being said, that is a movie about MMA. Maybe not a lot of people know it, but there will be another movie released here in the next few weeks. Christy. It's basically about Christy Martin, the what do they call, the coal miner's daughter? I think that was the nickname. One of the first like major, I guess, stars or superstars in boxing, female superstars in boxing. There is also a documentary on her on Netflix, which is actually pretty tight too. So I definitely recommend that. I had seen it a while back. But Sydney Sweeney is going to be the lead. She's the one that's going to be playing or portraying Christy Martin. And it's going to be coming out on November 7th. So definitely interested in that one. Her story is pretty fucking nuts as it is. How she came to become a professional boxer, her issues with her manager slash husband or now ex-husband is pretty nuts. Definitely a crazy ass story. And I hope it does a lot better than the Smashing Machine did a few weeks ago, because and as much as I love people to know about Mark Kerr, really he wasn't that big, as far as like name recognition within the MMA community, yes, but he was never really a crossover star. Christy Martin kind of was. People know who she was, who she is, I should say. The fights that she would host or she would have on the Mike Tyson undercards was a big fucking deal, especially for women's boxing back in the day. But yeah, November 7th. You planning to watch this, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing anything boxing. I will support, right? And Christy Martin, I mean, she had her moment in the boxing world. I know a lot of her big fights she didn't win, but she used to knock people the hell out, right? She was like a butterbean, I guess you would say, really, to the Don King pay-per-view era. She was Butterbean to what Butterbean was to Top Rank during the De La Hoya time. So, yeah, interesting fight. Like you said, I can't really add too much. She had a crazy life, so the movie should be all over the place, right? There's a lot of dramatic situations in Christy Martin's life. And to be honest with you, yes, I am interested in seeing the response to what this gets over the movie with Mark Kerr that just happened. I was surprised, Miguel. Now, I know Mark Kerr is a older fighter, first generation UFC fighter, but the UFC has a very old fan base, you would say. And these guys are 25 years in hard. Right, they've been watching this thing hard. Diehards have been watching multiple platforms of MMA before the UFC actually took a stronghold on it. So I was a little bit surprised about the 6 million opening weekend. Look, the thing was advertised a lot, and The Rock starred in it. That's a huge actor. You would think that would have brought more than $6 million worth of ticket sales on that alone. Put it in perspective, Creed made 58 million on its opening weekend. It's a big difference there. Yeah, there's a huge difference. So, and Creed's not a real fighter. We're talking about the make-believe guy, you know what I mean, from Rocky. It's Creed's son. I mean, we can't get.
Yeah,
they went deep into this story.
It's not even Rocky, a made-up fighter. It's not even his opponent. It's his opponent's kid from some illegitimate fucking no. Oh gosh, it's like the kid who gave him. He had to pay child support for it. No.
Yeah, and doesn't he fight him in like Creed 3? Isn't there another? Who does he have to fight in Creed 3? Isn't there a bloodline attached to some sort?
Like Ivan Drago's fucking kid or something.
You go.
Yeah. Oh, guys, they were really pulling hard for that one. Yeah. He did one of those things again. It was one of those like, I'm gonna get you back for killing my pops.
Right. So yeah. But. So I am interested in seeing if boxing will respond to the Christy Martin fight. She was very popular. It's almost the same time frame, right? We're looking around the same, Kerr and Christy are in the same time. So, look, you guys know my feelings on the MMA. I've never been shy about how I feel about the MMA. So many times it feels like I have walked away with a smile on my face. Because for so long, Miguel, I've had to hear how this sport was taking over and boxing's dying and there's MMA, blah, 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 right? And we talked about the other day about, man, they never really did find a home. Once they tried to go to different platforms, Fox and ESPN and all these guys and reach out, they really never did find a home. Now, I was a little wrong when I said 1 year deal is not the term you're supposed to use, but we can say one contract, right?
Yeah.
There was never a double down on the business. And it's like, it's weird how something's so successful through the media's eyes, right? Everything that I'm reading through the media is saying that these guys are fucking number one. They're football players. They're most popular athletes in America, yada, yada, yada. And then their TV deals don't go through when they expire. Mark Kerr's fight makes $6 million in a big screen movie. One of the first movies for the UFC, right? Or MMA world.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure there's some more, but they were just shitty, like straight to VHS type shit.
But this one was his actual. This was about a fighter.
Yeah, about a fighter. Yeah.
So I'm interested to seeing what the Christy Martin fight does, and my ever hunt to prove every MMA reporter wrong out there. No, just kidding. No, I'm like Pinky in the Brain. What are you gonna do today? You're gonna prove that boxing's still fucking number one.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, that's not. How can I explain it? I as much as a fan of MMA as I am, and I watch the UFC religiously, I watched it back when there were no fucking gloves. That's how long it was when I fucking watched it. It never was going to reach. The second I kind of understood the concept of the fact that the UFC is the league and they're gonna always penny pinch to these fucking fighters, I knew it was never gonna get. In fact, I'm not sure if MMA will ever, if it'll ever reach that. If there will ever be a point where there's 4 or 5 major promoters and it's about the fighters. The fighters are bigger than their promotion. It's, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch the Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather fight. It wasn't, oh, I'm gonna watch the Top Rank versus, no. That's how it is. The UFC is like that. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch the NFL this weekend. It's like, or no, you don't watch the Raiders game or something like that. It was always about the UFC and never about the fighters. Until that ever changes, it won't reach the heights of boxing as far as like money generated kind of thing.
It won't, and I think I really do think Dana and them need to sit down and maybe go back to their roots of selling these fighters more as a one fighter, one background mixed martial arts.
I think we're far beyond that at this point. I'm not sure if we'll ever get back to that. Because I mean, hell, I'm actually of the opposite opinion. I back in the day when these guys were single dimensional, we would see these kind of weird fights, right? But they would announce it. They're like, this guy is a karate dude. This guy's whatever the fuck. Now at this point, I think we've come so far from that everybody's everything, really. So that's why I don't like.
But they're not. But they're really not. They only know a certain amount of moves.
Right.
They're not masters.
No.
They need to go
they're always
out.
going to be good at one thing regardless.
They need to go back, maybe look at their rules, the way they had structured the MMA to be a certain way. Go back and I think you need to connect with dude, Royce Gracie versus Shamrock. You know how huge that fight was when it was an American wrestler with the skill set of Shamrock versus the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu family that couldn't be touched? Would they even promote that fight that way today? Or would it just be Dana saying 2 UFC guys with great talent?
Well, they oddly they actually fought like in was 2019 or some shit. It was pathetic. They were old as fuck, obviously, right?
Wow.
Like current time.
Yeah.
But if
I didn't know that,
then yeah, they fought because they had fought total, as far as I can remember, they fought 3 times. They fought at the very first UFC in the semis. Then they had a rematch at UFC 5 several years back where it ended up being a draw because it was, the UFC rules were funky back then where they didn't have judges and they didn't have time limits. So then when they put in time limits first, and then when they reach the time limit, they're like, oh shit, well, it's a draw, I guess. We don't have judges. And they're like, fuck, maybe we should put judges. And then they started, becoming a thing. But that was when they didn't have judges and they went 36 minutes or something like that. And they were like, it's a fucking draw, I guess, So then they
Shamrock won.
Yeah, Shamrock
won that fight, bro.
You see it.
You could be Max Kellerman on that one.
I'll be Max.
The guy I'd want to be in this fight with you.
Yeah, you ask yourself at the end of the round, who would you want to be? That was a Max.
Yeah.
But yeah. So then that's the thing. So and then they fought in Bellator sometime later, and it was bad. It was so stupid too, because like if you guys ever watched it, they were in a clinch, and then Gracie like kneed him in the belly, and then like Shamrock acted like it was on the balls, or maybe he was, I don't know, and then he like goes down, right? So then fucking Gracie cameras through more forward, and the referee stops it, right? And then Shamrock's like, dude, he hit me in the fucking sack. What the hell? And then it's like a win for Gracie. It's like, oh gosh, guys. But regardless, I don't think. I mean, it would have had to have been different, right? It had to have been promoted differently nowadays. But anyway, but that was my point. As much as a fan as I am of MMA, and I watched and I paid $500 tickets, to go watch UFC back in like 2006, 2007. I knew it was never gonna. It's not gonna. That's why in my heart there's room for both, because that's how I am. But anyway, make sure to check out Christie, November 7th in your local theaters. Make sure to figure out. Oh man, holy hell! It was getting darker. I was like, yo, is this clouds in your fucking the rain is going into your room or something, because your lights went out. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Andrew's light somehow was like dimming and dimming and dimming as the light got as the show got later in the evening.
I just try to do it with sunlight. I hate these fucking lights, man.
Those those circle ones?
Yeah, circle. Yeah, that's what I have on now.
I think I'm gonna have to get one, because like the one that I use is from my bedroom, but it's like on the other side. So if I like go lower, it like my laptop kind of covers the shade. In fact, I probably don't even want to move, because it's gonna like cause the camera to lose focus. But anyway, that's gonna do it for us tonight on this lovely Monday evening. Is now evening. I'm not sure there's going to be any news between now and Wednesday. We'll try to figure out what we can do on Wednesday for you guys. Don't forget that now we're not going to get Fundora and Thurman at the end of the month. So I was planning to go out there and get as much coverage as I can, the media workouts, stuff like that. Right now it's not going to happen. However, still keep in mind that they're gonna fight in January, late January. So you can expect some sort of coverage of Pacquiao and Romero, or Fundora and Thurman in January. So I'll be back at it at that point. As a matter of fact, I got an email from like the media guys saying like, "Hey, it got postponed." I knew it was postponed anyway.
And I got one more thing for you, Miguel.
Oh, what's up?
So I looked up the Ring Magazine ratings, and middleweight, they do not have a champion yet.
Oh, so it's vacant. Oh, perfect.
Yep.
All right, guys, you heard it here first. You heard it here first. They're gonna do it, right? Ring Magazine, they're gonna hold that they're gonna put the belt on the line between Janibek and Lara, and who's gonna be ringside? Terrence fucking Crawford. You heard it here first. All right, well, that does it, yo. That is it's gonna wrap it up here, so we can go and have dinner or whatever it is we got to do here. I do have to go back to work tomorrow, but thankfully they didn't call Andrew in for work, so he was able to stick with us through the entire show. And anything else you want to add here before we call it a show?
Yes, I got another thing. Pacheco, Diego Pacheco, Gabe Flores was announced for Stockton, California. I can't believe it.
But Pacheco's the main event.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah, as I understand it, looks like.
I can't believe it. That makes no sense, bro. That makes no sense. But you know what? Maybe I'll show up to that one. I'll go check it out. As Flores has a terrible role. Me and him have a terrible role of I'm always on call. When I think Junior had a fight. There was something else going on in one of Flores' fights that I wasn't able to make when he was doing it with Vargas. I think he's done 2 fights up here with Vargas and them. And Junior went to one of them. I didn't because I was working. And the other one, I think Junior had a fight, but I forget. But they're doing it again. It wasn't out Stockton. It's just incredible. So, and Diego, who is it? Flores' opponent, the champ, hasn't signed yet. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh, yeah, Cordina. I did read that.
Cordina, exactly.
Calling them out, yeah.
Yeah, he called them out today, so hopefully that does get signed. But yeah, Northern California, look for Pacheco Flores to be headlining up here in Stockton, California.
and look for Andrew to be there. You're like,
it's a great card, great atmosphere.
Yeah,
they're gonna be like, "Fuck you, dude." He said Stockton sucks.
It's a great family atmosphere. It's a great family event. It is catering to the families here that we have in our lovely city of Stockton. Oh my! But that is gonna wrap it up for us here. So we will see you guys. We'll try to figure out something going on Wednesday because not much news between now and then. But for my co-host Andrew, don't get it twisted, Lapache, I am Miguel Antonio Barragan, aka Fight Feed Migs, and this has been the Mad Boxing Show. We'll see you guys later this week. Take care. Peace.